a beautiful 72-degree day in Southern California. We welcome you to Qualcomm Stadium for the San Diego Chargers and the Kansas City Chiefs. So look at the race for that sixth and final playoff spot of the AFC in what has been a wild finish today. Now, if the Chargers win this afternoon, they're in the playoffs. If they lose, Pittsburgh is in. So the Steelers cannot be thrilled that Andy Reid is going primarily with backups. Miami and Baltimore, losing earlier, have been eliminated. Hi, everybody. I'm Marv Albert along with Rich Gannon. A bizarre finish. The crowd cheering as they were watching the Miami and Baltimore games up on the board. But how about the Chargers? They've won 3 in a row, 4 of the last 5. Terrific finish, and what an excellent season it has been for their Pro Bowl quarterback, Philip Rivers.
Yeah, it's amazing that they actually control their own destiny based on what happened earlier today. But they have played better the past month, and a big reason why is Philip Rivers. He's always been tough and durable and dependable. But what's really improved this season is the ball security and decision-making. Turnovers are way down, and as a result, his production is back at a Pro Bowl level. Philip Rivers needs to have a big one against the Chiefs.
And here are the Kansas City Chiefs locked into the number 5 seed. So Andy Reid decides, hey, I'm not going to play quarterback Alex Smith. My Pro Bowl running back Jamal Charles will sit it out. He's going primarily with backups. What is your feeling? Do you go rest or rust?
Well, Marv, I think it's important to carry some confidence and some momentum into the postseason, especially after that ugly loss last week at home to the Indianapolis Colts. And for that reason, I'd play the starters some in this game, but Andy Reid, on the other hand, feels it's important to rest the starters. And so for that reason, we're going to see a healthy team in the postseason, but he's going to play most of the backups.
And that will garner much discussion throughout the week. Coming up, the Kansas City Chiefs, San Diego Chargers, final playoff spot on the line.
The gifts you want, the network that brings them to life. That's powerful. Verizon.
Mine was earned orbiting the moon in 1971.
Afghanistan in 2009.
On the USS Saratoga in 1982.
Once it's earned, USAA Auto Insurance is often handed down from generation to generation because it offers a superior level of protection and because USAA's commitment to serve current and former military members and their families is without equal. Begin your legacy. Get an auto insurance quote. USAA. We know what it means to serve.
Back in San Diego, today's game being broadcast in Spanish where available using the SAP button on your television. San Diego won the toss. They defer. Kansas City will receive. Quentin Depps, 5-year man out of UTEP, who will also be starting in the secondary today, is back deep. The kick from Novak, and they will bring it out to the 20-yard line. And this is Chase Daniel, 5-year man out of Missouri, making his very first NFL start. What are you looking for here at the start?
Well, you know what? You want to get him off to a good start, right, Marv? I think that's important. He's making the most of his first ever start. You see Alex Smith, he's not going to play today. Had a chance to sit down with Andy Reid last night. He kind of went through the first 15 with us, and so he talked about starting the game with 96 or 97 slant away from the motion. See if they run it.
Wait a second. Did you get the plays?
Sure, I did.
The handoff to Niall Davis, rookie out of Arkansas, who's had some fumble problems. Picked up 3 as we look at the Chiefs offensively with Andy Reid going with only 2 of his starters. So rookie center Eric Kush makes his first NFL start. And the rookie Niall Davis, the feature back with Pro Bowler Jamal Charles, and inactive, will not play. There's Jamal. What a year he has had. 2nd down and 7. Just underway here in San Diego. Davis in the backfield. Again, takes the handoff. Big hole on the right. Finds some more running room. Has the first down across the 35. He's stopped by Sharice Wright. San Diego defensively up front. Corey Legion with 4.5 sacks. The linebackers, Donald Butler leading his group in total tackles, and in the secondary, free safety Eric Weddle making the Pro Bowl for the second time. Kansas City coaches say that Weddle has that Troy Polamalu effect. You never know where you'll find him. Davis just went for 12. He remains in the backfield, and the first pass thrown by Daniels nearly picked off. Donald Butler had a shot at it. Chase Daniel has appeared briefly in 2 games this season. He spent 4 years at New Orleans as a backup.
Yeah, really fortunate there. They bring the corner, Gilchrist off the slot, and quarterback never feels. Linebacker Donald Butler, that could have been a pick 6 to start the game.
Daniel signed as a free agent from the Saints. Saw limited action as the backup to Drew Brees. Second down and 10. Lined up in the eye. Daniel with time, and he fires deep downfield. The catch is made inside the 20-yard line by A.J. Jenkins. Only a 6th catch of the season. He is starting instead of Donnie Avery.
And this is what you want, play action. And Chase Daniel, talk about getting the quarterback off to a good start. Not short, not underneath, but piping the ball down the field. You look at the receiver ISO, great separation from A.J. Jenkins. He gets behind the corner and the safety.
That's a 48-yard pass play. Chase Daniel on the season, 4 of 8 for 48 yards. Making his first start since his college days 8 years ago. And the handoff to Davis, big hole, and he's in. Touchdown, Kansas City.
17 yards.
Picked up 17 on that touchdown run, and Andy Reid is saying, I told you these guys can play.
Well, here's what you need to keep in mind, and these guys have fresh legs, and they are very motivated. It's their chance to shine, their chance to get a start. 10 Chiefs today making their first ever start, and these are, a lot of these players, Marv, have played this year. They have reps in the system, but they're very anxious to play well.
They go 5 plays, 80 yards in a minute and 57. This is Ryan Suckup on for the extra point. Make it 7-0 for the Chiefs, who started the season at 9-0. Since then, they've dropped 4 of their last 6 and open up on fire.
Navigation switches.
Check.
Bags fly free.
Check.
Free TV.
Check.
Legendary low fares.
Check.
Watching the big game from 30,000 feet. Not changing the core of who we are for the past 42 years.
Check.
If it matters to you, it matters to us.
This is a safety message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. This holiday season, cops are stepping up their mission to protect the streets from drunk driving, and they're using the future of law enforcement to help.
RoboCop is here. Good morning, officers. Be ready to move in on my request. I see 3 crimes in progress.
I'd put those down now if I were you.
Drive sober or get pulled over.
Thank you for your cooperation.
RoboCop, in theaters February 2014.
This new year,
we need to get outside our comfort zones.
It's time to get a little crazy.
Come on, and go!
Try a new hobby.
Prepare!
And find your sensitive side.
Whose hands do you think are softer?
Oh, yes.
Robin Williams in a new Crazy Ones.
With a Z. The Z gives a little kick.
Thursday, 9/8 Central.
Look at the rookie out of Arkansas, Niall Davis, who got things going with some hard running, and it concluded with the touchdown pass from Chase Daniel to A.J. Jenkins. In his second season at Illinois, originally a first-round pick of the San Francisco 49ers. This is Ronnie Brown on the return. Makes his way across the 20-yard line. He goes for 21, and here comes Philip Rivers, who Friday night, it was announced, made his 5th Pro Bowl. What a year he's had.
Really, and it's as good as he's felt physically this late in the season. When we sat down with him on Friday, he hasn't been hit as much, but you look at how dependable he has been. 6 straight seasons where he's thrown for at least 4,000 yards and 25 touchdowns.
San Diego starting across their 20, and Rivers in the gun. Running back Ryan Matthews flanked wide right side, and the pass is caught by Antonio Gates. Goes for 6. Look at the Chargers offensively. The rookie right tackle, first-round draft pick T.J. Fluker has been outstanding. Backs and receivers, rookie out of Cal, Keenan Allen, 66 receptions among the top candidates for Rookie of the Year honors. Now Matthews slides into the backfield. Question mark all week because of a sprained ankle. And the inside handoff taken outside by Matthews with running room. Down to the 40. And bumped out of bounds. Ron Parker able to get to Ryan Matthews, who has had a spectacular season.
He has really come on here for the Chargers. And again, we watched him at practice on Friday. He was kind of gimpy with that ankle. No sign of it there. Great explosion once he got up on the second level.
A 44-yard run by Matthews. Kendrick Lewis, the free safety, missed the tackle. Matthews has come in with over 1,100 yards on the ground. First down for San Diego. Matthews remaining in the backfield, takes the handoff, a big hole on the right. And he's taken down by Nico Johnson, a 4-yard pickup for Matthews. And a look at Kansas City defensively, all backups, including Jarrell Poe for the Pro Bowl nose tackle Dontario Poe. Desmond Moses for the Pro Bowler Tamba Hali, who was inactive, and in the secondary, Hussein Abdullah starting for Pro Bowl strong safety Eric Berry. Although Berry is expected to play, he is active today. Again, it's Matthews. And all Ryan Matthews on this series, just 2 yards. For Matthews, who Richards had an injury-hit career. In fact, last season he suffered two count them, broken collarbones.
Yeah, I think in the past he struggled with his health, and that's hurt his production, but it's not been the case this season. It's been very durable, having his best season, over 1,100 rushing yards. And in talking to Philip Rivers on Friday, he's running with more confidence. He's been much more decisive in the hole.
Now, Danny Woodhead, the one-time Patriot, one-time Jet, comes on for Matthews. It's a 3rd down and 4. And Rivers fires. Touchdown. The catch by Ladarius Green, who goes 6'6", about 240 pounds. He is tall and can leap.
Well, they like those stacked releases, and you're going to see Ladarius Webb. He goes to the corner. They've got a crossing route, safety laid over the top, but a perfect throw once again by Philip Rivers.
And for Rivers, his 30th touchdown pass of the season. Green with his 3rd touchdown reception. 5 plays, 78 yards in just under 2.5 minutes. So both clubs with quick-moving drives, and this is Nick Novak looking to tie it.
Yeah, not a lot of defense to start this game, and you're going to see with, even in talking with Philip Rivers, you know, he's concerned with all the different personnel on the defensive side of the ball. These are guys he hasn't seen or prepared for all week.
So Novak able to tie it. Philip Rivers gets it right back after the quick start by Kansas City, tied at 7.
gifts from the person who knows you best. You. That's powerful. Verizon. Get New Year's countdown deals. Save $50 on select Droid devices like the free Droid Mini.
Before using her new Bank of America credit card, which rewards her for responsibly managing her card balance. Before receiving $25 toward her balance each quarter for making more than her minimum payment on time each month. Tracy got the Bank of America Better Balance Rewards credit card, which fits nicely with everything else in life she has to balance. That's the benefit of responsibility. Apply online or visit a Bank of America near you.
And so you can see, like right here, I can just, check my policy here, add a car, speak to customer service, check on a claim, all with the tap of my Geico app.
Oh, that's so cool.
Well, I would disagree with you, but that would make me a liar.
No, dude, you're on the Jumbotron.
Yeah, I pretty much walked into that one.
Geico, anywhere, anytime. Just a tap away on the Geico app.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Southwest Airlines. Find our fares online only at southwest.com. Bank of America. And by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Back in San Diego, Andy Reid telling us yesterday that he faced this type of scenario 4 times with the Eagles, and he either had his starters play limited minutes or sat them out. Of the Eagles, Rich went on to win their first playoff game in 3 of those 4 situations.
Yeah, it's one of those situations where he's given a lot of thought, and first and foremost, it's about his football team, getting his football team best prepared for the postseason.
Quentin Demp's running it out. Hesitated for a moment, and a nice return out near the 35. Nick Novak, the kicker, made the stop. It's a 41-yard kick return. And there is the head coach of the Chiefs, Andy Reid, who's a major candidate for Coach of the Year honors, 3-time NFL Coach of the Year.
It's amazing what he has done in one short season. Took over a 2-14 team. They're 11-4 right now. They are the 5th seed regardless of what happens here. And again, his decision is going to impact Pittsburgh. If Kansas City loses today, and of course, if San Diego gets in, there'll be a lot of questions, concerns, maybe even criticism about his decision to rest his starters.
Daniel on to keep him. People in Pittsburgh cannot be happy with the moves here by Andy Reid. Set for an update, JB and Shannon.
Shannon, this guy is actually pretty good, is he not? 8 of 9 on the drive for 70 yards, adding to his TD record total. This 3-yarder to Eric Decker. Peyton Manning now has 52 total touchdowns passing, 7-0 Broncos over the Raiders. Simply remarkable. Back to Marv and Rich.
You get the idea of watching a video game season with Peyton Manning. Cyrus Gray now in the backfield, and Daniel is hauled down. Taken down by Corey Legent, make it 5.5 sacks on the season for Legent.
And this is going to be the challenge for this offensive line. You've got a lot of different moving parts. You've got players that haven't played a lot this year, players that are making their first ever start, and that could have a huge impact on Chase Daniel's ability to trust that protection and step up inside.
Loss of 7 on the play. We asked Chase in our discussion with him last night, his last regular season start, and he said it was actually 2008. He started for Missouri in the Alamo Bowl, and then started in the East-West Shrine game back in 2008. Did start 1 preseason game for the Chiefs. On the roll, able to complete Gray, not much there, as he is taken down by the free safety, Eric Weddle.
Well, the Chargers talked all week about closing the gap between themselves and these running backs of the Chiefs in the screen game. They thought and prepared all week for Jamal Charles. It's not Charles, it's Gray in this situation, but an excellent job there by Pro Bowl safety Eric Weddle, not allowing the back any space.
So the punting unit has come on. Dustin Colquitt, who averages 46 yards per punt. So effective placing the ball inside the 20. Keenan Allen is back and takes a high hop. Bounces back around the 30-yard line. Just a 37-yard punt. Chiefs and Chargers tied at 7.
The Intel-powered 2-in-1. The new guy got it for spilling coffee on his old computer. A tablet and laptop in one? You've been asking for a new computer for years. Are you going to watch things happen? Or make things happen? That should do it. A laptop when you need it, a tablet when you want it.
Ugh, why did she pack these things? I ate one by accident last time, and we won. It's good luck. But it tastes like a dirty old tree branch. What the heck is quinoa? But this is for first place.
What is that, a loofah?
It's a quinoa.
Bud Light, for the fans who do whatever it takes.
The season leads here, to the place where every play is make or break. It's where legends are born. These are the playoffs. No one covers it like NFL Network. From exclusive access to Hall of Fame analysis to wired sound from the field.
NFL Network, your pass to the playoffs.
Well, this game part of one of the more bizarre AFC playoff finishes in the history of the league. And Pittsburgh is alive at 8-8 and can get into the playoffs, Rich, with the loss by San Diego, because if there's a four-way tie due to all the tiebreakers, and I know you'll figure that out for, yeah, you'll come up with the.
Well, Mike McCoy talked to his team on Friday about, hey, look, all we can do is take care of our business. We can't control what happens in the earlier games. We just have to find a way to go out and beat the Chiefs.
Ryan Matthews is the running back as Rivers takes a long look, and that is taken down. He had a lot of time but could not find anyone, and it's James Michael Johnson, second-year player out of Nevada, who comes up with his first sack of the season.
Well, that's a coverage sack. I mean, there's just nowhere to go with the football. And Phillip Rivers has got pretty good protection. He takes a couple extra hitches. But you're going to see a lot of man-to-man coverage in this Chiefs secondary. And if you're a receiver for the Chargers, you're going to have to beat man-to-man. There's a good look at Bob Sutton, the defensive coordinator. I think he's done an outstanding job this year. Play a ton, though, of man-to-man coverage.
14th season in the NFL. First with the Chiefs after 13 years with the Jets. Second out and 17 as Rivers is able to step up, and it's picked off. Picked off by Parker. Ron Parker, one of the backups in the secondary, making his first start of the season, returns for 15. That's his second interception of the season.
Well, Phillip Rivers is frustrated because the receiver is going to stumble out of the break. You're going to see as he's coming in on the in cut, he's going to stumble. Phillip Rivers has no idea Keenan Allen's going to stumble, and what happens is as he stumbles, the corner, Ron Parker, is there for the easy interception.
And Rich, Ron Parker, one of the more experienced backups in the lineup, because he has played as a guy who would come in for Sean Smith or Dante Robinson. So first down, Kansas City at the San Diego 23-yard line. The running back is Niall Davis, who was very impressive on that opening drive. Play fake, and the pass deflected. Ends up incomplete. Junior Hemingway, another backup receiver, the intended receiver.
Well, you're going to see some movement here in Chase Daniels. Doesn't have the tight end, but this one comes out hot and high. And that is too hard to handle if you're Junior Hemingway. And sometimes when you're making your first ever start, man, your energy, your emotions, you got to find a way to settle yourself down. That's an easy throw for a guy like Chase Daniel, one he normally would make.
Second out and 10. Now he swings it out. It's Cyrus Gray. And Gray able to fall forward to the 20-yard line. Gray, a second-year player from Texas A&M. He's been primarily special teams. Jaleel Adai, rookie from Central Michigan, making the tackle. How about 140 points off turnovers this season?
This is where they've been so much better. I mean, the easiest way to go from 2 wins this season to go to 11 this season is to take care of the football. Last year, they turned it over 24 times. They were minus 24. This year, they're a plus 17, a difference of 41. And a lot of that is because of the play of Alex Smith.
Kansas City looking at a 3rd down and 7. Daniel with time, able to complete. And then it's fumbled but recovered. It's Hemingway making the catch, dropped it, and was able to cover up and has the 1st down.
Well, they love these little option routes. He's going to work back and forth across the field on the safety, Eric Weddle. And that's what they want. They want the wide receiver matched up on the safety. Now you just got to find a way to protect the ball.
Junior Hemingway making his 2nd NFL start. Played in every game, 7th round pick last year out of Michigan. It is a 1st and goal for the Chiefs. Just under 7 left in this 1st quarter. The game tied at 7. Daniel with the inside handoff. This is Davis up the middle. Kyle Davis. In college, had fumble problems at Arkansas. Put a couple on the ground last week, which did upset Andy Reid. But here he is in the starting lineup for Jamal Charles. What a season for Jamal Charles, averaging 5 yards a carry, 1,287 yards rushing, leads the NFL in touchdowns with 19. 2nd and goal. Off the pitch. Davis able to go wide, and he's bumped out at the 4.
We're going to see Donald Stevenson. He's going to get out in front of it. They're going to pull and just run the toss, a simple toss to the left. Nice job kicking out the corner, and Davis is there to kind of finish.
Third and goal at the 4-yard line. It has been a strong start for a Kansas City team comprised of backups. And it appears that the Chiefs are taking a timeout. Andy Reid waving Chase Daniel over to the sideline.
We're now in the approach phase. Everything looking good. Velocity 1,200 feet per second. You're looking great, Eagle. You're down the street. Still looking very good. 1,400 feet.
Funny thing happens when you shoot for the moon.
That's affirmative.
You get there.
You're go for landing, over.
The all-new Cadillac CTS, the 2014 Motor Trend Car of the Year.
This is the magical new iPad Air with Retina display.
And this is the new Kindle Fire with an HDX display. It has nearly 1 million more pixels than the iPad Air.
This new iPad Air is astonishingly light.
The new Kindle Fire is actually 20% lighter.
Yes, but the iPad is only $4.99.
The Kindle's only $3.79.
I see.
The new Kindle Fire HDX. Sharper, lighter for less.
Audiences are raving about Grudge Match.
You messing with me?
You messing with me? No, I ain't messing with you, you geriatric.
Boom, boom, boom. Hey, we're just here to buy a little dinner. You don't have to punch everything.
Grudge Match, rated PG-13. Now playing.
Don't think we don't know who you are.
Yeah, I'm Aaron Rodgers.
No, that's not it. You're that State Farm discount double check guy.
Discount double check.
Save with the discount double check today. Get to a better state. State Farm.
The final season of How I Met Your Mother continues Monday, 8/7 Central.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Cadillac. And by T-Mobile. Unleash.
We're back at the Q in San Diego. 3rd and goal at the 4. Cyrus Gray returns at running back. A lot of movement. Daniel, he'll run. He fakes. And a flag is down. He had actually gotten past the line of scrimmage where he pumped and faked. which would not have been a good idea. Manti Te'o on the tackle.
Offside, number 50 defense. Half the distance to the goal. Repeat third down.
And it is Te'o called on that offside penalty.
Well, you got a little antsy. They're going to bring pressure. You're going to see both linebackers and safety come, and Te'o just jumps the snap count.
A moment ago, Eric Fisher, who is the starting right tackle, left the field, looked to be hurt, and Jeff Schwartz, 5-year man from Oregon, has come on, so he is now at right tackle. Fisher, one of the two normal starters, and here's Daniel throwing. Beautiful play by Dexter McCluster, the spin to get it to the end zone for the touchdown. Dexter McCluster, who made the Pro Bowl as a punt returner, comes up with his second receiving touchdown of the season.
Well, you're going to see so much internal pressure, and the best thing for that is to kick the ball wide for these quick screens, and we see a ton of it now in the NFL. But a guy like Dexter McCluster, you just want to get him in space. Does a nice job after the initial hit, spinning out, finding a way to score. That's one of the problems when you pressure down in this part of the field. You expose yourself on the back end.
So Chase Daniel has done a nice job here at the start. Stuck up with the extra point. 6 plays, 23 yards in just under 3 minutes. It began with the interception, and the Chiefs with a 14-7 lead.
The amazing new iPad Air is here. And for the first time, it's at T-Mobile. So we're introducing something amazing of our own. While you use it on our network, every new iPad Air from T-Mobile comes with free 4G LTE data for life. Which means you can take your iPad Air even further than ever before. iPad Air, free data for life, only from T-Mobile.
Hey, man. Hey, it's with that crazy hat. Oh, you didn't hear? Outback's giving away free bloomin' onions when the SEC wins the Outback Bowl. Oh. Because I heard they were giving away free coconut shrimp when the Big Ten wins. You look ridiculous. I look delicious. Yeah, you do.
Come in January 2nd to get your free bloomin' onion or coconut shrimp. Whether your team wins or loses, everybody wins in the Outback. That's no rules, just right.
Hey, it's Darrell. Christmas may be over, but Walmart's bringing in the new year with our Super Savings Celebration. Save up to 50% on holiday decor.
And select toys.
A 32-pack of Niagara Water, only $2.88. And that's only 9 cents a bottle. Breakfast rollbacks, Simply orange juice, and Johnsonville original breakfast links. We've got Huggies big packs on rollback. Yes, we do. Monster headphones, Monster Savings. It's my jam. It's the Super Savings Celebration going on right now at your local Walmart.
It's the first award show of the year, The People's Choice, with Michael Weatherly, Kaylee Cuoco, Sandra Bullock, Christina Aguilera, LL Cool J, with a performance from One Republic. Two Broke Girls stars Kat Dennings and Beth Bears host The People's Choice Awards live, CBS Wednesday, January 8th. You are watching the NFL on CBS.
Dexter McCluster, number 22, 4-year man from Ole Miss, second-round draft pick, who just took it in for a second touchdown of the season, set up off the interception by Ron Parker. And we have seen a very composed Chase Daniel in his first NFL start.
Really looks good, Marvin. Just visiting with him last night, you got the sense it wasn't going to be too much for him. So didn't do anything different in terms of his preparation this week, except take all the reps with the first team.
So to bring it out to the 20-yard line, thought your fantasy season was over. It's not. Play NFL Playoff Challenge. 8 players, 4 rounds. To learn more and sign up, go to NFL.com/fantasy. If the Chargers win, they are in the number 6 slot in the AFC playoff scenario. If the Chargers lose, Pittsburgh is in. It's a 4-way tie, and Pittsburgh, due to tiebreakers, gets the advantage as Matthews looked to take it outside, and he's cut off, stopped by Parker. Matthews picked up 3. Matthews had that big run early on for 44 yards.
Yeah, he's been really solid this year. I mean, he's taking care of the football, and he's almost 300 touches. He had just 1 fumble. He talked about the durability concerns. They've been answered this year. And he's been much more involved in the passing game, which has certainly helped Phillip Rivers.
2nd down and 7. And again, it's Matthews. They gang tackle him right near the 25-yard line, perhaps a yard on the play. Chargers have won 3 straight, 4 of their last 5. Last week here at home, beat the Raiders 26-13 as they pulled away on the second half.
Yeah, they've been on a roll the last 3 weeks. Wins over the Giants, the Broncos, and the Raiders, as you point out, averaging 30 points a game, over 150 rushing yards a game. And the best thing to do is they're not turning it over on offense.
Danny Woodhead has come on now for Ryan Matthews. Last season, Chargers 7-9, missed the playoffs. They've missed the playoffs the last 3 years. Rivers try to step up, a wobbly pass, and it's caught. Keenan Allen for the first down and more. Picked up 24.
Boy, if you just give Phillip Rivers time in the pocket, he is going to make you pay. And he does a nice job stepping up inside and finding Keenan Allen, his rookie, a leading candidate for NFL Rookie of the Year honors, 66 catches, 957 yards, and 8 touchdowns. This is a guy that has really come on in the second half of the season for the Chargers.
So the Chargers first down at midfield. This is Woodhead trying to find the opening. Jay Howard, the nose tackle, making the tackle. Keenan Allen said the other day at the start of the season, Rich, he was so frustrated to see the other possible Rookie of the Year candidates, Eddie Lacy and Giovanni Bernard. He was so frustrated that he was not getting the snaps that he actually considered quitting football. This is the first week.
I think it surprised some teammates and some coaches. I don't know if he really felt like quitting. I think he was very frustrated with the situation. Got off to a slow start in training camp, but as I said before, he has really come on.
2nd and 8, the completion to Royal with running room. Royal is pulled down from behind. Kendrick Lewis, the free safety, was able to chase him down, but he picked up 30 yards.
Well, again, a little slip screen. You're going to see the offensive lineman get out in front. And this is really what Eddie Royal does so well. Not the biggest guy, but he's got great vision and great quickness. It's amazing, you know, Eddie Royal's a guy that hardly practices. We were out there on Friday. He didn't take any reps, but he's able to play on Sundays.
Beautiful block thrown by Keenan Allen. Here's Matthews. This time tries to get to the outside. Able to work his way inside the 15 for a gain of 6. Thursday on CBS, banging the new year with TV's #1 comedy, The Big Bang Theory's first new episode of the year. That's Thursday at 8, 7 Central, only CBS. Woodhead checks back in, 2nd down and 4. The Chiefs off to a 14-7 lead on the Chargers, who are desperate for a win here in the season finale. And again, it's Woodhead. Picked up the first down.
They do a good job mixing things up with Danny Woodhead. I mean, you think about a guy that's got 69 receptions, but they also hand him the football as well. And I always get a kick out of watching Danny Woodhead at practice. I mean, he is so small and so unassuming. I mean, you look at him, you think he wouldn't make your high school football team, but he is just a great football player. He's got a great feel for the passing game. He's a tough guy, and he's a very determined runner.
He's listed at 5'8", at about 200 pounds. 1st and goal at the 10-yard line. This is Matthews. Okay, short pickup.
Well, it's amazing to me, Marvin, when we watched Ryan Matthews in practice on Friday, I turned to our producer, Jim Rickoff. I said, there's no chance that he plays on Sunday. I mean, I just didn't see it. He was gimpy, he was limping around. And when we sat down with Mike McCoy after practice and said, hey, can you go through the injury, the lineups with us? He said, yeah, he's going to play. Hey, he's going to play. It's week 17. That's a tough guy.
Talking about our producer.
Yeah, he's a tough guy, too.
Ninth play of the drive. 2nd and goal at the 8. Now Woodhead is flanked to the near side. Out of the gun. Rivers looking that way. And completes to Woodhead. As this first quarter comes to an end in the midst of a San Diego drive. At the end of one, Chiefs with a 14-7 lead over the Chargers. We'll be back to San Diego after these messages.
I will not rest until Greece is mine.
Hercules, deliver us from this curse.
On January 10th,
Tonight, we fight for our kingdom!
discover the untold story behind the legend.
You are the son of Zeus. You will discover powers that you never imagined.
The Legend of Hercules. In 2D and 3D, January 10th. Rated PG-13.
The Wright brothers started in a garage. Amazon started in a garage. Hewlett-Packard and Disney both started in garages. Mattel started in a garage. The Ramones started in a garage. My point? You never know what kind of greatness can come out of an American garage. Introducing the 2014 Motor Trend Car of the Year, the all-new Cadillac CTS. Ain't garages great?
Xbox One is changing the game in the living room for NFL fans and now brings you the game-changing play of the week. With the score tied late in Seattle, Cardinals quarterback Carson Palmer threw deep over the reach of cornerback Byron Maxwell to receiver Michael Floyd for the game-winning touchdown.
Let's go, team up 3. 1, 2, 3, team!
Experience the NFL in game-changing new ways with Xbox One, the official game console of the NFL, available now.
Join your favorite superstars as they honor Shirley MacLaine, Carlos Santana, Herbie Hancock, and the Piano Man himself, Billy Joel. Celebrate with Garth Brooks, Don Henley, Kathy Bates, Snoop Dogg, Tony Bennett, Harry Belafonte, and Anna Kendrick. It's a memorable night of music at the Kennedy Center Honors, tonight after 60 Minutes.
As the second quarter gets underway, 10th play of the drive is coming up for the Chargers, who lead the NFL in that department. 10-play drives, 37 of them. They also lead the league in time of possession, although that's a category. It's how you use the time.
Yeah, they've been very efficient, though. I mean, it really boils down to how productive the quarterback has been. He's completing almost 70% of his passes. They don't waste a lot of plays.
Third down and goal. Woodhead remains in the backfield. Rivers takes a long look. He throws. Touchdown. Antonio Gates with his 4th touchdown of the season. This is shaping up like an old AFL type game.
Yeah, you have to have a plan for how you're going to cover Antonio Gates. You see Rivers, he's trying to get that snap. They've got the matchup they want. Gates on the safety, Kendrick Lewis. He is just too good and too quick at the line of scrimmage.
8-time Pro Bowl tight end, future Hall of Famer, 11-year man from Kent State. And here is Nick Novak. 10 plays, 80 yards, 5 minutes, 11 seconds. The Chiefs and the Chargers are tied at 14.
Hurry up, it's cold in here.
Relax, we're checking the manual. Whoa, this minivan is loaded. Available forward collision warning, Pandora compatibility, available lane departure warning, and what? Uh-oh. This sucks.
We understand life in a minivan. Introducing the first minivan with an available built-in vacuum. Start something special in the redesigned Odyssey from Honda.
My goodness, Louis Vito.
TD Ameritrade, helping you reach your long-term goals one small step at a time.
Cause you had a bad day, you're taking one down, you sing a sad song just to turn it around. You say you don't know, you tell me don't lie, you work on a smile and you go for a ride. You had a bad day, the camera don't lie, you're coming back down and you really don't mind.
look a bit tired.
You look a bit evil.
Sherlock's greatest rival returns.
I know where the crooked kind.
The world's corruption runs deeper than even you know.
You still have feelings for her?
The first new elementary of the year.
Love is a game I fail to understand.
New year, new elementary. Thursday.
Rich, to this point, Chase Daniel in his first NFL start is kind of hanging with Phillip Rivers.
Yeah, he's looked sharp. And, you know, of course, Phillip Rivers, look at those numbers, Marv. 6 of 7, 90 yards, 2 touchdowns. The only interception, of course, came when Keenan Allen stumbled out of his break. In a big week for Chase Daniel, getting his first ever start. His first ever reps with the first team, as he told us on Friday.
Quentin Depps with the return. That's up near the 25-yard line. So it's a 29-yard return. Eric Weddle able to make the stop.
You know, it's amazing. We were talking to Chase, and again, he said this is the first time in his career, in his 5 years, he's ever had reps with the first team. Never got that opportunity when he played down in New Orleans because Drew Brees took all of them. He's a rep hog, and of course, Alex Smith, in this system, he takes all the reps, and Chase Daniel takes all the reps with the scout team. And that's just the way it's set up in Kansas City.
They start from the 24-yard line, and this is Niall Davis. Were you a rep hog, Rich?
Oh, yeah, always.
Oh, that's awful. We're set for an update. JB and Shannon.
New England looking to clinch a first-round bye.
Yes, JB, they're up 13-3 thanks to LeGarrette. I call him the Winnebago. Blunt, 36 yards, 11 carries, 101 yards, and that tub you just saw, 13-3.
Remarkable. In the ring, Marv and Rich.
All right, guys. It's a 2nd down and 4 for the Chiefs. Short set by Daniel in the pass off the mark, intended for A.J. Jenkins. Chase Daniel telling us yesterday, while with New Orleans the past 4 years, learned so much about preparing the right way from both Drew Brees and head coach Sean Payton.
Yeah, I think, you know, again, what an invaluable experience to play behind a guy like Drew Brees. Taught him how to prepare, and had a routine that they followed each week. He continues with that same routine in Kansas City, but again, most of his playing experience has come in the preseason.
McCluster in motion, out of the gun. Daniel completes and has a first down. Dexter McCluster on the reception for 9 and a Kansas City first down.
Well, you go back and you study Chase Daniel at Missouri. He's a very accurate passer, and he has played well in the preseason for what it's worth. And just in talking to Andy Reid yesterday about Chase and why they decided to sign him in free agency, he said he's very smart, liked the background that he had in the offense with Sean Payton down in New Orleans, and without question, he is very competitive. He knew he'd be mentally ready for this challenge.
Little trickery there with Jenkins on a double reverse. Not much. Look out. The yardstick marker went flying. Just a yard pickup as Sharice Wright was not fooled.
Yeah, a little trickery, and again, it's about misdirection. And nice job here by the Chargers, staying home on the backside. They have done a much better job eliminating the explosive plays here the last 5 or 6 weeks.
Gave me that Rich Gannon head fake, and I went for it. 2nd down and 9. Cyrus Gray is now flanked to the right. So the empty backfield for Daniel, and calls timeout. There was some confusion there. You can see Daniel was expecting the snap. So the Chiefs have 1 timeout remaining in this first half.
Is it better to be more reliable or less reliable?
More reliable.
Why?
So you can keep your New Year's revolution.
A New Year's revolution? Oh no. What are you going to do?
I would have more jelly beans this year.
Oh, so it's not much of a revolt, more just like you eating things that are bad for you.
Yeah.
Okay, I can deal with that.
It's not complicated. More reliable is better. Happy New Year from the nation's most reliable 4G LTE network.
We sure have it great here.
I know, right?
Movies, music, space as far as the fry can see.
Ha! Good one.
A great storm comes. We're all doomed.
That guy isn't all there.
Come on, it's a Honda. They're built to last.
We understand life in a minivan. Introducing the first minivan with an available built-in vacuum. Start something special in the redesigned Odyssey from Honda.
I'll trust you anytime.
Just stay with me.
This was never meant personally.
I feel like my mind just made a baby. And it's beautiful.
You know you can take your own turn, right?
Got a good team.
We do.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by TD Ameritrade. AT&T. Rethink possible. And by the redesigned Honda Odyssey. Honda starts something special.
All right, back in San Diego, here's Alex Smith, who has had a superb season, inactive today. So Chase Daniel is in the lineup, has a second out and 9. And it is caught by Jenkins again and works his way for a first out. Alex Smith, who says he grew up in this stadium where he sat in the stands and cheered for his favorite team. He's from this area, went to Helix High School in nearby La Mesa, California. 25-1 as a starter his junior and senior seasons, and was a teammate of Reggie Bush, who's senior class president. Graduated a semester early with a 4.4 GPA.
I'm sure he's going to be pleased that you shared those pictures with the world.
Here's Niall Davis working his way to the 40, met by Donald Butler, picked up a 6 on the play. He was a Charger fan, a Padre fan. Padres now playing downtown in a more, let's say, state-of-the-art facility. Alex won 2 high school championship games in this stadium. And then as a quarterback at Utah, played his first game here. That did not go too well against San Diego State, and then he played one of his best games here as a collegian. Second out and 4, Davis in the backfield, tied at 14. As Davis, you can see Davis was protecting that football, particularly after what took place with the 2 fumbles a week ago.
Yeah, you know, look, this is a great opportunity, I think, for a lot of these young players. And I know how excited this coaching staff is to see these young players perform. And in an important game, look, you know, you can say what you want. Andy Reid knows that he wants to see these guys. This could help them down the road, whether it's in the postseason, whether it's in terms of evaluating these players, in terms of whether or not they'll come back and be a part of the 2014 program. But this is a good opportunity for these guys to get out and play in Week 17.
3rd and 4 at the Charger 40. A deep drop. Daniel trying to set up the screen for Davis.
Well, you can see the timing and the rhythm is off a little bit. You got a lot of different players playing for the first time, and see both backs. And pretty good job there by San Diego. You get a good look at Reggie Walker. He was out in front of it as well. That play took too long to develop.
Well, on offense, 6 Chiefs making their first NFL start. On defense, 4 Chief players making their first NFL start, and all 20 of the 22 on the field would be considered backup players. Not the punter, Dustin Colquitt, as he comes on.
On how it's going to impact special teams as well. Remember now, these are core performers on special teams.
Keenan Allen lets it fly by, and it bounces into the end zone. It's a 40-yard punt. So the Chargers will take over, tied at 14.
Thank you, everyone who has ever loved a Honda. Thank you, Raquel. Thank you, Tyson and Glenn. Thank you, Ryan, for letting your Odyssey take you to 1st through 5th grade. Thank you, Hugh and Lucy, for making your Accord part of the trio. Thank you all for making your Honda more than a car. Thanks for making them something special. Honda.
Mine was earned orbiting the moon in 1971.
Afghanistan in 2009. On the USS Saratoga in 1982.
Once it's earned, USAA Auto Insurance is often handed down from generation to generation because it offers a superior level of protection and because USAA's commitment to serve current and former military members and their families is without equal. Begin your legacy. Get an auto insurance quote. USAA. We know what it means to serve.
We make 60 minutes of play a day our top priority. Hop on the bus at NFLRush.com.
Thursday.
Who's in the mood to laugh?
Bang in the New with The Big Bang Theory's first new episode of the year.
Let's tickle some ribs.
CBS Thursday at 8, 7 Central.
Programming reminder, Tuesday, CBS Sports jumps into the bowl season. Logan Thomas and the Virginia Tech Hokies go up against Pac-12 offensive and defensive freshman of the year, Miles Jack, and the UCLA Bruins. Rich, a two-way player.
Isn't it amazing at that level?
Well, San Diego, with a win here this afternoon, makes it to the playoffs, while Pittsburgh is in with a loss by the Chargers.
It's amazing when you talk about what the Chargers, I mean, just a month ago they were at 5-7. No one gave them a chance. They have won 3 straight, and now they control their own destiny. A win here today against the Chiefs. And we'll see Phillip Rivers and the Chargers in the postseason.
Ryan Matthews gets up to the 24-yard line.
No, the great thing about Phillip Rivers is when a mistake happens around him, it doesn't really bother him. He comes right back, big touchdown throw to Ladarius Green. He loves to work the tight ends in this offense, none more so than Antonio Gates, who's had some terrific numbers once again for the Chargers this season. You look at him, 73 catches. He leads the team in receptions.
Phillip Rivers with that arm so strong. He's tough. He's durable. There is a lack of mobility, but he certainly has worked through that as he hits Matthews across the 30-yard line right at the marker.
Well, and you see him, he'll sit in there until the very last second, and he's done a better job stepping up inside the pocket this year. Just in talking to Ken Wisenhunt, the offensive coordinator, he said that last year he was stepping out of the back of the pocket. In other words, he wasn't trusting the protection, and it was affecting his footwork. It was affecting the timing, even his confidence in the pocket. We've seen a much different Phillip Rivers this year in an offense, I think, that fits him like a glove.
Chargers just short of a first down, third and about a half yard. They go with Matthews and McLean in the backfield, and it's the fullback McLean who has the first down. You mentioned the offensive coordinator Ken Wisenhunt, one-time head coach at Arizona, and has reemerged as a hot name for another hire as a head coach.
Yeah, he's done a terrific job, and I think it's interesting how they meshed a number of different schemes and philosophies on offense to get where they are. You know, Mike McCoy brought some things with him from Denver. Of course, Wiz brought in what he did in Arizona. Frank Reich, the quarterback coach, what he did in Buffalo and Indianapolis with some of the K-gun scheme, and it's all kind of worked together for Phillip Rivers and the Chargers.
First down at the 32-yard line for San Diego. Matthews trying to change of direction. Stopped by Demps. Coming up on the Verizon Halftime Report, JB, Dan, Shannon, Boomer, and Coach Bill Cowher for all the latest NFL scores and highlights coming up on the Verizon Halftime Report, talking about head coaching jobs. Tomorrow, always a tough day.
Man.
It's Black Monday, as they say, in the NFL.
Yeah, and a couple coaches for sure will probably be let go, and it's always a tough time. They put so much time in, and it doesn't always work out. It's not always the head coach's fault. Sometimes you have to look at the players as well.
2nd and 8. Rivers couldn't find anyone and runs out of the pack. He's able to make something out of it. He's taken down by Josh Martin, rookie out of Columbia.
Well, you talk about this is kind of a last resort for Phillip Rivers. You know, we hardly ever see him run. Again, you see the pocket collapse around him, and he is a hard guy to get on the ground. He is big and strong in the pocket.
6'5", about 230. Picked up a couple on that play. Rivers with 7 completions to 6 different receivers. Rivers able to sidearm it, and it is incomplete. Pass intended for Allen. Covered by Marcus Cooper.
Well, the pressure from the Chiefs has been good because they forced Phillip Rivers off the spot. This one's going to take a one hop, I think, to Keenan Allen. Yep. Just wasn't able to get enough on it because of the pressure.
So the punting unit coming on. Mike Cyphers boots for the first time, and a fair catch called by the backpedaling McCluster. It's a good punt, 51 yards. Chiefs and Chargers, 14 apiece.
Start with a new Surface, complete with Office, then add a keyboard. Try the 2-in-1 that's both a laptop and a tablet. Or the lightweight all-in-one you can even take with you. There's the phone with 41 megapixels and reinvented zoom. And the 8-inch Windows tablet with up to 14 hours of battery life. All of these amazing devices come with the same incredible experience. That's the new Windows. One experience on every device for everything in your life.
What's that?
Subway Big Hot Pastrami.
Pastrami?
No, pastrami.
Pastrami!
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 Get your own Subway Big Hot Pastrami. Tender, juicy beef on freshly baked bread. Enjoy yours with mustard and pickles. Subway, eat fresh.
We connected a human to the information grid. Internet, Wi-Fi, satellite.
I can create a virtual snapshot in my mind.
What do you see?
Sniper!
Do you have any idea what would happen if this chip ends up in the wrong hands?
Shoot him!
Don't be dramatic.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by USAA, proudly serving the financial needs of current and former military members and their families. And by the new Windows, one experience for everything in your life.
Kansas City back to the offense here in San Diego. Here are some of the biggest turnarounds in NFL history. See Miami back in 2007, 1-15. They turned things. The Colts 2-14 go to 11-5 last year. And how about the Kansas City Chiefs last season in a disaster, 2-14, and here they are in the playoffs, 11-4. Niall Davis, a loss of 4, stopped by Cam Thomas.
Yeah, Cam Thomas, he's just going to come off the right side of your screen. I mean, he just beats the tackle across his face. Niall Davis has nowhere to go. That defensive line has played better up front. You look at Reyes and Legit, and of course, Cam Thomas. Lismore has played and has rotated through there. It's going to be the challenge for this Kansas City offensive line.
Second down, 14. Once again, it is Davis. Beautiful move to get to the outside. They thought they had him, but he reaches out to the 19. Eric Weddle, the free safety, makes the stop, and it's a pickup of 8. Well, Andy Reid coming over to Kansas City, his first season as head coach this year, and the Chiefs making a dramatic turn from a year ago. We showed you the 2-14, although incredibly last season, Rich, they had 6 players making it to the Pro Bowl, so there is the thought they had some players.
Oh, they did. Yeah, he inherited a team with some talent. They added to it. Of course, he put together an outstanding staff, and it's been a dramatic turnaround in Kansas City.
Cyrus Gray returns to the backfield for this 3rd down and 5 from the 19. Daniel in trouble. Daniel running, finds the opening. Chase Daniel puts the speed on and gets to midfield, where he's caught by Sharice Wright, the right corner, and Daniel goes for 29.
Really fortunate. They're going to bring blitz, and of course, The quarterback doesn't see it until it's too late, but he does the next best thing. He steps up inside and he's able to scramble for the first down. When you bring pressure and you're playing so much man-to-man coverage, you have your back to the quarterback. Chase Daniels shows that he can do a little bit what Alex Smith has done this year. He's already rushed for over 431 yards.
From the 48-yard line, Davis picked up 2, met by Lawrence Guy. Chase Daniel had never started an NFL game. He said there was a preseason game he did start back in August, but has not had significant playing time since he was a senior at Missouri.
Just 17 career attempts in the NFL, and so, but you know, in visiting with the Chiefs last night, I asked Andy Reid, what about the volume? We're going to cut back the volume. He said, not at all. We're going to turn this guy loose. He's a smart guy, and we're going to go out there and run our offense.
2nd and 8. Daniel on the run again. Fakes the throw and has a first down. What a move by Daniel. Covered up by Donald Butler.
Well, it's showing he's resourceful, and again, you're going to see San Diego bringing a lot of 5- and 6-man pressures to try and get after Chase Daniel. Want to make sure that he has answers. He has tools in his toolbox to account for all the pressure and blitz that he's seeing in the first half.
Daniel, undrafted free agent, signed originally by the Redskins after a superb career at Missouri, and then ended up with the Saints as the backup to Breeze. And this is Davis fighting running room, and he is hauled down inside the 25-yard line. It's an 18-yard run. Richard Marshall, the left corner, makes the tackle.
Well, they're not doing a good job on the backside. This run's going to start front side, and then it's going to wind to the backside, and they're not doing a good enough job. The linebackers getting hooked. They're getting up on the second level, and they're turning Niall Davis loose.
Niall Davis, a big play threat, and he's run well here today. 12 carries, 73 yards. First down at the San Diego 24-yard line. Again to the ground. This time Davis is cut off. Good play by Donald Butler. Loss of a yard.
Well, the 7th straight run. Now they've called some passes. The quarterback has scrambled, but you know, Andy Reid is going to lean on this offensive line. Look, I think this is important to him. He wants to see the tempo. He wants to see him in and out of the huddle. They've had a couple of mistakes where they've had to burn some timeouts because of some confusion with some of the younger players.
Rich, I know you didn't totally agree with what Andy Reid has done. Are you surprised with what you've seen? A long way to go, but from what you've seen here in the first half?
I am a little bit, because, you know, when you think about so many different players starting, you think about mistakes and communication issues.
And Daniel able to complete to the leaping McCluster. How about Dexter McCluster going for 12? Dexter McCluster making the Pro Bowl as a punt runner. And look at that as he puts the move on. And a first down.
This is Jim, a man who doesn't stand still. But Jim has AFib, atrial fibrillation, and a regular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. That puts Jim at a greater risk of stroke. For years, Jim's medicine tied him to a monthly trip to the clinic to get his blood tested. But now, with once-a-day Xarelto, Jim's on the move. Jim's doctor recommended Xarelto. Like warfarin, Xarelto is proven effective to reduce AFib-related stroke risk. But Xarelto is the first and only once-a-day prescription blood thinner for patients with AFib not caused by a heart valve problem that doesn't require routine blood monitoring. So Jim's not tied to that monitoring routine.
Proceed to the designated route.
Not today. For patients currently well managed on warfarin, there is limited information on how Xarelto and warfarin compare in reducing the risk of stroke. Xarelto is just 1 pill a day taken with the evening meal. Plus, with no known dietary restrictions, Jim can eat the healthy foods he likes. Do not stop taking Xarelto rivaroxaban without talking to the doctor who prescribes it, as this may increase the risk of having a stroke. Get help right away if you develop any symptoms like bleeding, unusual bruising, or tingling. You may have a higher risk of bleeding if you take Xarelto with aspirin products, NSAIDs, or blood thinners. Talk to your doctor before taking Xarelto if you have abnormal bleeding. Xarelto can cause bleeding, which can be serious and rarely may lead to death. You are likely to bruise more easily on Xarelto, and it may take longer for bleeding to stop. Tell your doctors you are taking Xarelto before any planned medical or dental procedures. Before starting Xarelto, tell your doctor about any conditions, such as kidney, liver, or bleeding problems. Xarelto is not for patients with artificial heart valves. Jim changed his routine. Ask your doctor about Xarelto. Once-a-day Xarelto means no regular blood monitoring, no known dietary restrictions. For more information and savings options, call 1-888-XARELTO or visit GoXarelto.com.
Louder than a lighter, 'cause I am a champion, and you're gonna hear me roar.
Reminder coming up on the Verizon halftime report is JV, Dan, Shannon, Boomer. Coach Bill Cowher will have all the latest NFL scores and highlights coming up on the Verizon halftime. Davis, the running back, 1st and 10 from the 13-yard line. And Daniel able to hit on the screen to Davis. Davis, who has the speed, is taken down by Donald Butler, so Davis goes for 7 more.
Well, they love the screen game. You're going to fake the ball to Davis, and then they just kick it out to him. You see the lineman get downfield, and we've seen so much success with Jamal Charles, and now we're seeing it with Niall Davis as well. They have so many different screens, and they come off of plays that look the same, but are very different.
Chargers take a timeout, stops the clock with a minute 52 remaining in this first half. San Diego Chargers with a victory would make it to the playoffs off the fast finish. 3 straight wins for the last 5. And going up against a Kansas City team that is primarily backups. 20 of the 22 players are backups. And the quarterback Alex Smith, who has had a tremendous year, inactive, as is Pro Bowl running back Jamal Charles. This is Davis. So Davis picked up 5. And it's a first down. 1st and goal. 11th play of this drive that started back on the 14.
I'm a little surprised that San Diego hasn't had more success against this Kansas City offensive line. Remember, Marv, we talked about the number of different starters that are out of this lineup. You've got a completely different offensive line, including a rookie center who was inactive each of the first 15 games of the season in Eric Bush.
It's a 1st and goal at the 2-yard line. The handoff, Davis, he's in, touchdown. 2-yard run by Davis for the touchdown, and the Chiefs recapture the lead.
I am really surprised that Kansas City has had this much success and really this much ease going up against this San Diego defense. You can see how excited Alex Smith is. You always, you cheer for the other guy, and I think when you're a player like Alex Smith, who's had success, who's come here and helped turn this Kansas City Chief team around, I think you're proud when other guys can go out there and play as well.
Well, Ryan Succop gets it through as Niall Davis comes up with a 2nd touchdown of this first half and 4th for the season. You see some of the Chief fans behind the Kansas City bench. What a drive. 11 plays, 86 yards, just under 6. And it was keyed by that long run by the quarterback, Chase Daniel. And there is Mike McCoy in his first season as a head coach. Mike McCoy, longtime assistant who worked much of his career with John Fox in Carolina and Denver. Did an excellent job in Denver 2 years ago. Remember adapting the Broncos offense to Tim Tebow, and then last season working with Peyton Manning, with Peyton making his comeback, and Peyton has gone on to have a pretty good season this year.
Yeah, it's amazing, and I give Mike a lot of credit because he did it with Peyton Manning last year. He's done it with Phillip Rivers this year. You look at the improvement that Phillip Rivers has made, and he's got experience in coming into a situation with a veteran quarterback and having those two players really have outstanding first years in the system. That is not easy when you change a system with a veteran quarterback.
The kick handled by Ronnie Brown. Trying to cut to his left. And he is hauled down. Taken down by Akeem Jordan. Fantasy football fans, you can keep the excitement going all postseason with Playoff Challenge. Now with bigger cash prizes. See rules and sign up at cbssports.com/challenge. All right, what does Rivers do right here? A minute to go, starting out at the 18. How does he play it?
Well, he has to put one of those 10-play drives that you were talking about earlier. They have more of them than any team in football, but he's got 2 timeouts left. He's got to be efficient. One thing he cannot do is take a sack.
And Rivers swings it out. Not much there. Danny Woodhead makes the catch. Just under a minute remaining in this first half. 4-yard advance. Dante Robinson on the coverage. 2nd down and 6.
Phil Rivers is so good in these situations. You talk about how important experience is. He knows exactly what to do.
This time a long count. Rivers had the time but could not find anyone and did not want to throw it away irresponsibly. Frank Zumbo able to get to the quarterback, his 2nd sack of the season, as a timeout is called by San Diego. Look at Nick Novak, if they can make it a little bit closer from where they are at this point.
They've got a ways to go, and Nick has been very accurate this year. 32 of 35, perfect. 11 of 11 from 40 yards, from outside 40 yards. There's only 2 of the 3 misses were blocks. They've got a ways to go, Marv. They got to pick up 45 yards or 50 yards to get in his field goal range.
He's hit his last 15. He's the AFC Special Teams Player of the Week as he hit all 4 field goals, including a 48-yarder in last Sunday's win over the Raiders. 3rd down and 6 for Rivers. And Rivers just dumps it off. Whoa. Incomplete pass intended for Vincent Brown. He had nowhere to go. That was dangerous.
Yeah, he just tries to flip it, and again, he wasn't looking. That's part of the problem right there. That's not an easy thing. That's not an easy adjustment for Vincent Brown. You wonder if Phillip Rivers just could have kept running and followed Vincent Brown down the field. Not enough separation between the quarterback and receiver.
Charger fans frustrated. And you can hear some boos off that last play. Here's McCluster. Fair catch at the 39 on a 39-yard punt. But this a high-scoring first half, which was the case in their earlier meeting back in Week 12. The Chargers beat the Chiefs in a wild game, 41-38 in Kansas City. And both Alex Smith and Phillip Rivers played well. And Jamal Charles had 115 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, neither defense has really played that well so far here in the first half. But you look at where Chase Daniel is now. I mean, you got 32 seconds and you've got a timeout, and pick up 22 yards here, and you'll give your kicker a chance for a field goal.
Although you wonder if Andy Reid is going to be a little careful at this point with 32 seconds, as you mentioned, remaining. Let's see how Daniel plays it. He goes short range. Davis. Stopped by Weddle.
I don't think that Andy Reid needs to be conservative. Marv, you mentioned they're 11-4. They've got that 5th seed locked up. I think that, you talk about the Chiefs today. I think they can play loose and carefree and be aggressive. I mean, they can play 4-down football, and that's what I would do if I was Andy Reid.
But they let the clock run out, and you can hear more boos directed to the San Diego Chargers. Rich, I didn't realize you were attack.
Why not? Let's have fun.
21-14 at the half. Kansas City leading San Diego. San Diego needing a win to make it into that sixth playoff spot. That's the end of the first half. We'll be back with the Verizon halftime report after this message and a word from your local station. You're watching the NFL on CBS.
My friend and I help people in trouble. The world is better off with both of us in it.
Person of Interest, CBS Tuesday, 10/9 Central.
Two Broke Girls, Monday, 8:30, 7:30 Central. Only CBS.
At NFL Network, we make football. And we make it 365 days a year. We make what you wake up to in the morning and rush home to at night.
Stay in the NFL.
We make the stories behind the stories.
All the guys were saying, let's get it. Let's get the record.
And the moments that make up life.
No matter how it comes out, keep my brothers. That's right.
We make the only place you'll find him with him and him and him.
Kidding me?
We make where you go for answers.
Time for some bold predictions. I don't think San Francisco is ready for these guys just yet.
We make it about the ones you'll never forget.
Sometimes you just gotta look to the heavens and say, wow.
And the ones you don't know yet. We make the first night in football every Thursday.
Touchdown!